The reality is that we do believe in what you do. My sister's an educator, and I understand because my son, many of you know, and I will wrap it up with this, to say many of you know that my son adopted. He was adopted when he was 14 years of age, and his father was murdered, all the things that could ever go on in a child's life. But it was when he got ready to graduate high school, I handed him a yellow legal pad, and I said, I need you to write down everyone we need to invite to graduation, and there were 3 names on that list. It was the elementary school. The elementary school soccer coach who was there for him when his father was murdered. It was the junior high school basketball coach who pulled him aside when his mother abandoned him and said, son, you're going to be okay. It was the high school guidance counselor who called him into their office, and he was living with his grandmother at the time, and said, John, your grandmother just died. People who were supposed to have raised my child did not. People who were supposed to have loved my child did not. But it was people just like you who stood in the gap to give me the child that I have today. He's now 38 years old. I have a grandson who goes to Owasso public schools who calls me Peepaw. Stupidest name in the history of the world. And he said to me, on my desk it says Senator Peepaw. And but I wouldn't have what I have if it weren't for strangers who stood in the gap, and many of them teachers. And one day we were in Walmart, my son looked at a woman and he goes, we were in the produce department, so we were at Super Walmart, so it was a big deal. He goes, that's Billy's mom. And I said, who's Billy? He was in my class. John, you had 98 kids in your class, there was no Billy. He goes, no, he came in 7th grade, he left in 7th grade. I'm like, how did you remember his mom? He goes, that day that everybody was supposed to bring cookies and brownies to school, and he goes, I didn't have a mom. He goes, I was walking to school, and once again, what's the kid picture? And he goes, when I got to school, she was leaning up against the back of her car with a tray of brownies in her hand. He said, John, why don't you come over here and I'll let you carry those in. He goes, for the first time in my life, I got to walk in that school feeling like all the other kids. This is the Pastor Rick part of me, not the Senator Rick part of me, is that when the Holy Spirit, God, the universe, your conscience, whatever you want to call it, tells you you need to do something, you need to do something. Because every child who ever walked through your classroom or walked through the hallway remembers who you are. And sometimes handing a child a 59-cent box of Jiffy Brownie mix that you baked the night before allows them to believe that he can be just like all the other kids. He knew exactly who she was 15, 20 years later. As the woman who changed his life. So today we just take a moment to honor all of these teachers who are being honored for having their lives changed, but also all of you who stood in the gap for students who you may not remember their names, but they remember you.